Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Hey, Agni, do a video for Valentine's Day. Do I seem like the kind of person who knows anything to do about Valentine's Day? And we didn't even do anything for Imbolc. We missed a whole Celtic holiday. Oh well. So Valentine's Day, doing a new episode always stresses me out. So I'm gonna sit back and relax and listen to some music while I give you my favorite young couple from Monmouth, Tam and Pat. Hey, you know what? I lied, and I'm sorry about that. Well, just because I don't know anything about Valentine's Day doesn't mean that other people don't, and this time the History Channel has got me covered. So let's talk about it. Where did Valentine's Day originate from? Well, the history of the holiday and the story of its patron saint is shrouded in mystery. We do know that February has long been celebrated as a month of romance, and that St. Valentine's Day as we know it today contains vestiges of both Christian and ancient Roman traditions. But who was St. Valentine, and how did he become associated with this ancient rite?
Are there boys there? Because if there are boys there, I might want to do them!
I don't know if that's going to be allowed. But anyway...
I can't hope to review it probably would be simply because that video's on YouTube.
The Catholic Church recognizes at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus, all of whom were martyred. One legend contends that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, when Emperor Claudius II said that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families.
That's stupid.
When Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families, he outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice of the decree, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death. Still others insist that this was Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop who was the true namesake of the holiday. He too was beheaded by Claudius II outside of Rome. Other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. According to one legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter, who visited him during his confinement. Before his death, it's alleged that he wrote her a letter signed "From Your Valentine" as an expression that is still used today. Although the truth behind the Valentine legend is murky, the stories all emphasize his appeal as a sympathetic, heroic, and most importantly, romantic figure. By the Middle Ages, perhaps thanks to his reputation, Valentine would become one of the most popular saints in England and France. Now, it's interesting they use the term romantic here, because, see, my mind immediately goes to more so the romantic movement than actions involving love and affection, which, if we believe the tale here, obviously it was, but also the unconventional nature that Valentine purportedly performed rites in secret could be seen as somewhat related to the romantic movement. But that wouldn't be all of it. Of course, every holiday that we have has some sort of deeply pagan roots to it, and Valentine's Day is not an exception. While some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death or burial, which probably occurred around 270 CE, others claim that the Christian Church may have decided to place Valentine's feast day in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize the pagan celebration of Lupercalia. This is celebrated at the Ides of February, or February 15th. Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, as well as the Roman founders Romulus and Remus. To begin the festival, members of Luperci, an order of Roman priests, would gather at a sacred cave where the infants Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, were believed to have been cared for by a she-wolf or a lupa. The priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them into sacrificial blood, and take to the streets, gently slapping both women and crop fields with the goat hide. Far from fearful, Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it was believed to make them more fertile in the coming year. Later in the day, according to legend, all the young women in the city would place their names into a big urn. The city's bachelors would each choose a name and become paired for the year with his chosen woman. These matches often ended in marriage. You know, I can't stress how much I am so glad that we do not practice anything remotely close to that now. I can only imagine people like me getting their names thrown into an urn and suddenly matched with somebody who's not going to understand the intricacies of who we are as people. All in all, I really think I just like this newer tradition of Valentine's Day way more, and that's to be serious that I don't celebrate having a significant other. Lupercalia, however, survived the initial rise of Christianity, but it was outlawed, as it was deemed unchristian. Well, apart from being unchristian, it was just kind of gross getting slapped with bloody goat strips. Anyway, at the end of the 5th century, when Pope Gelasius declared February 14th St. Valentine's Day, it was not until much later, however, that the day became definitively associated with love. During the Middle Ages, where our story takes place, it was commonly believed in France and England that February 14th was the beginning of birds' mating season, which added to the idea that the middle of Valentine's Day should be a day for romance. The English poet Geoffrey Chaucer was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as a day of romantic celebration in his 1375 poem, Parliament of Fools, writing, "For this was sent on St. Valentine's Day, when every fowl cometh there to choose his mate." Valentine greetings were popular as far back as the Middle Ages, though written valentines didn't begin to appear until after 1400. The oldest known valentine still exists today was a poem written in 1415 by Charles, Duke of Orleans, to his wife while she was imprisoned in the Tower of London, following his capture at the Battle of Agincourt. Oh, interesting, Agincourt. You know, actually, the Matameos sword is based on an Agincourt longsword. The greeting is now part of the manuscript collection of the British Library in London, England. Several years later, it is believed that King Henry V hired a writer named John Lydgate to compose a Valentine note to Catherine of Valois. So, okay, Lupercalia was a fertility rite, and it's been a long time that February, and especially Valentine's Day, has been associated with the joining of couples. But rather than the usual symbolism of pink hearts and cherubs and whatnot, I thought we'd do something specific to this couple, and that's these flowers, the common blue sow thistle, also known as Cercibita macrophylla. The common blue sow thistle is a perennial plant that can grow up to 1.5 meters in height. It has large blue or purple flowers that are arranged in clusters on the top of the stem. The leaves of the plant are also quite large and can be up to 30 centimeters long. They are deeply lobed and have distinctive, toothy edges. This is a plant that is a member of the Asteraceae family, which includes many other well-known plants such as daisies, sunflowers, and asters. It can be found in many parts of Europe, Asia, and North America. One of the interesting things about the common blue sow thistle is that it's a food source for many different types of animals. In particular, the leaves of this plant are a favorite food of some species of caterpillar, and the plant is known to attract a wide variety of pollinators, including bees, butterflies, and insects. In terms of its traditional medicinal uses, the common blue sow thistle has been used in a variety of ways over the years. For example, some people have used the plant to treat fevers, while others have used it to alleviate symptoms of arthritis or inflammatory conditions. The plant has also been used as a diuretic and as a laxative. Although the common blue sow thistle was originally considered to be a harmless plant, it is worth noting that it can cause a mild skin irritation in some people, and so you may need to use gloves or wear long sleeves to protect yourself if you plan on cultivating it. In addition to its traditional medicinal uses and its importance as a food source for animals, the common blue sow thistle is also used in modern herbal medicine. It's believed to have an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties and is often used as a natural remedy for conditions such as arthritis, gout, and other inflammatory disorders. Although it can't be stressed enough that if you really think you have any of these things, to really go see a doctor. Don't rely too much on homeopathic remedies. Additionally, in some cultures, the plant is also used as a culinary ingredient. The leaves of the plant can be used as a salad green or cooked like spinach, while the root can be boiled and eaten, just like a vegetable like a carrot or a potato. Interestingly, the common blue sow thistle is also believed to have some cultural significance. In some parts of Europe, the plant has been associated with legends and folklore. For example, in Germany, it is said that the plant was once used as a love charm. According to the legend, a young woman could win the heart of the man she loved by secretly placing a common blue sow thistle flower in his pocket. And now in terms of cultivation, the sow thistle is a hardy plant that can grow in a wide variety of soils and conditions. It prefers moist, well-drained soil and partial shade, but can tolerate full sun in some locations. It is also a great plant for attracting pollinators to the garden. Speaking of which, another interesting aspect of the common blue sow thistle is its role in traditional agriculture. In some cultures, the plant has been used as a natural fertilizer or as a cover crop to help protect soil and promote healthy plant growth. In parts of Europe, the plant has also been used as a food source for livestock. And so honestly, I know that roses are one that people usually think about when we say Valentine's Day, but maybe it's important to consider other types of flowers too.
Too many roses.
Yeah, it's why I specifically didn't do the roses picture for Valentine's Day. We're saving that one for a little later on. But in any case, here we have them. Well, there you go. I hope you liked it. These two have a bigger book coming up, and of course, we are working on episode 4 with Sammy. Both hard at work, just like Windichu with this art from Fiverr. Check the link in the description for their business, and once again, like, subscribe, and ring my bell for more videos like this. Also, Patreon is the best way to support this channel. Not only are you supporting us, but then we turn around and change that money into great art, music, voiceovers, comics, maybe even merch like shirts, hats, and plushies one day. We've got a long way to go before we can get a makeshift order going, so let's get it going. But you'll get access to the Tales of Atonement coloring pages, the Monument comic book, and even the unpublished scripts so that you can read the story way ahead of time. Check the link if you want to look into that. Some of our great patrons include Shadow Fox, Arya Gamari, Charles Tam, Jace Morland, and Lundair Lumen.